Hey guys, I've been diagnosed with a nasty cold. Yes, I know it's spring and spring isn't cold, but I'm a warm-blooded creature, and warm-blooded creatures warm the blood that's hot, and cold's the whatever that means. And in this time, I've become a reporter for Me News, which is why I'm going to be reporting on the most urgent and death-defying of news. The PlayStation 5. So we all know about the PS5 and Xbox Series. They're current-gen consoles. Sure, some people might call them next-gen consoles, but they've been around for 4 years now. Get with the times. They're current-gen. But if they're so current-gen, if they're supposed to be the mainstream current consoles, then why the hell does nobody use them? In my eyes, there are several simple reasons that most people haven't moved on to Generation 9 yet. But despite that, they're all very simple. Still interconnected though. Inflation, the Switch, extra power being unneeded, player base for PS4 and Xbox One, and the few amount of exclusives for Generation 9. I think the best way to start is inflation. Cost of living these days, this economy, it sucks. Too many people can't afford to put food on the table while also paying rent. How many do you think are going to care about buying the latest Xbox Series when they can't even buy an Apple at the store? And besides, even if they're middle class and they could benefit while still being able to benefit from saving money, they'd still ask, why buy the PS5 and Xbox Series? I mean, the Generation 8 can play most of the games that I want to play. And hey, that makes sense. I mean, sure, heaps and heaps and heaps of games are PS5 and Xbox Series enhanced, but they're still available on PS4 and Xbox One. And sure, they may be worse, but that's the kind of thing a PC gamer would care about. But even if you look at the bigger games that aren't on Generations 8 but are on Generation 9, you get things like GTA 6, New Mortal Kombat 1, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Spider-Man 2, Astro's Playroom, Bloodborne, Dragon's Dogma 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and a few others. But even among those, 4 of them are PlayStation only, and 2 of them are on Switch, but not Generations 8. Wait. What? Another reason is requirements. I mean, come on, Nintendo Switch is a gigantic player base. Most publishers want to target Nintendo Switch for their game, which means that if it can run on Switch, it can run on Generation 8. And since Generation 8 still has a humongous player base, they're gonna put it on Gen 8. Not much money involved. And I think an amazing example of this is Overcooked All You Can Eat. This game is a compilation of games Overcooked 1 and 2, and was announced for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, with several graphical enhancements. But many people, including myself by the way, were absolutely confused. I mean, you're telling me that this game can't run on Switch when Overcooked 1 and 2 were available for Nintendo Switch? They then proceeded to announce the game was coming to Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Yeah! There's also some games that don't need or can't even use the extra power. I'm talking about Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight, wait, what? Cuphead, Mario Wonder, Snakebird, Sonic Mania. All games that wouldn't even benefit from the extra power except maybe running in 4K. Of course, there are a few games that are on Switch and Generation 9, but not the consoles in between, Generations 8, like New Mortal Kombat 1 and Penny's Big Breakaway. I have no idea why they did this, but if I had to guess, it's probably because of an exclusivity deal or the companies themselves wanting to boost PS5 and Series sales. In the end, this lack of exclusives causes Generation 8 players to not get Generation 9 because it has few exclusives, causing Generation 8 players to not get Generation 9 because it has few exclusives, causing Generation 8 players to not get Generation 9 because it has few exclusives. I think in the end, the only way to get people to play on Generation 9 would be to first have Nintendo release a much more powerful console than the Switch, and second, for publishers to take some more risks and make their games PS5 and Series exclusive. But now that I think about it, is this really a bad thing? In conclusion, eat your school, don't do vegetables, and go to drugs. I'll see you eventually.